It's just a day 4 kind of recap. I didn't do much today. I got this board to power an actuator. I kind of test fit a PC up here. This is like a cool open air kind of computer case. This isn't hooked up yet. I'm just kind of imagining, like, will this fit, you know, test placing things. And I also tried mounting my new servo. I have 2 of them. If I get it running with these new motors, that would be really cool. I had a hard time. I'm not a machinist. I had a really hard time finding the right timing belt pulley. These are the original ones. They have a 14mm bore. The new motors have 19 with a keyed, and you can pop that key off, but I happened to go on eBay and just I found these for $6, and I used my little bandsaw to chop off this extra piece. The problem there is there's nothing holding it, so I'm gonna probably have to drill a hole and tap it and put some sort of, you know, set screw. So I guess I didn't take on a project like this thinking it was going to be easy. I just woke up at 7:30 in the morning. Last night I had installed these new servos, which are not even hooked up. They've actually never even been powered up. After a lot of messing around with bolts and grease and whatnot, I got them mounted. Got these ones on eBay. They were really cheap, and they're steel. I found some aluminum ones on Amazon, but they just felt like garbage, and they weren't keyed. This one's keyed, so I didn't have to remove the spline on the shaft. I had to use my bandsaw to cut these though. And I know that this wire here, when I put 24 volts on it, will activate a contactor, which is down in this box here. You can see it down there. So I've got a big day ahead of me. I've gone through this process before on my old Bridgeport. Notice that I'm using the same, and this was a big pain to wire up. I don't think I'm gonna have to do all this stuff because, well, that's a reactor, line reactor. That's the contactor, which I already have. They recommend you use the reactor. That's the breaker, filter, main filter, 24 volt, smaller filters, fuses, boom. So I'm looking at the power supply schematics off of the machine, and this is what I have to add in for each X and Y, you know, for each driver. And I kind of looked at what was here, and I kind of looking at here, and I looked at how I'm going to combine it, and I drew this up. So power comes in, breaker, yeah, that's down on the power side. So there's a breaker, there's a lot of breakers and filters. Breaker, filter, there's a main contactor, second breaker, and then this was the old motor stuff, which was pin 23, signal 23 controlled the contactor. That's all still there. So I'm gonna basically pull these off. So I've copied what's there. I kind of simplified it. So that's all existing, and I'm going to use the existing contactor, but I'm going to add in my own, because these are the signals that were always on. This is the 240 that doesn't go off. I'm going to run that to a 24 volt, put an emergency stop circuit, which switches the contactors on or off. I'm going to skip the reactor because they're expensive, and I don't think it's needed here. I'm going to put a big noise filter on there, and then I'm going to add secondary filters and fuses and just hook these 2 up and hope for the best. And that's my plan.